So, anyways, this is church part 3. Um, so anyhow, after I did that, she noticed I crossed out my name. It was no need for me to, if I can't, cross out my name, because that I didn't have anything planned, and I'm just like, but anyhow, after all of that is over, I start to leave. One of the deacons came by. I didn't know which one he was because I didn't really look him in the face, and he said to me, um, and I didn't know he was a deacon. He was nice enough to take the time to introduce himself. But because that's what I need. I need connections. You know what I mean? Um. So, so what he says to me, and he's trying to get to know me because he sees that that's what my spirit needs, is that connection. And so he's like, oh, did you say Glenda or Gloria? Because meaning the name of the church person. And I was like, oh, this. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was just like, yeah, that's the reason I was asking you, because of the thing that they were having on Sunday. I wanted to bring something, but because I'm not a member of the church, I wanted to, like try it out on somebody first, because I didn't want to just show up and, you know. And he was just like, well, why aren't you a member? So he goes into this thing where to me is preachy propaganda. Why aren't you a member? And I said, you know, none of being, whether you're a member or not, that's just paperwork. That doesn't matter. I'm here, just like you said, for the last service for God. It's just like a marriage. You could put stuff on paper, but it means nothing. It's where you gravitate towards and where you are spiritually fed. My name is on paper as being a member at a couple of places, but I'm not even there. You know what I mean? I'm not even there. So what difference does that make? What's real is, your presence, and are you being fed? you know. And so then he's trying to get to know me, I guess. So then he goes on to, where are you? And I didn't know what he meant by that, and I was like, he didn't mean by churches, because I just told him. And then he went into something that kind of insinuated he meant local. He was like, like, where are you? And I was just like, oh, I live in this area. I live in the community. And then he was like, oh, he's taken back by that. And then in the process of him and I speaking, the pastor walks by and he touches me on the back, and he's just like, is everything okay here? Is everything okay? And I'm thinking to myself, it's nothing about our body language or the way we're speaking to indicate that everything's not okay. But maybe he felt as a pastor that he should interlude or intercede. And I don't know who's married or who's not, and I don't care, because I'm not there for that. You know what I'm saying? And if people come, and I will not approach a male for blessing or conversation or whatever like that, because I don't know who's who. And then on top of that too, I just don't like the perceptions that people have, because the type of person I am, you can look at me and tell that I'm single. You can tell that, I'm by myself and I don't have anything or anybody. So, the perception will be, if I come to anybody to say hello or anything like that, the perception will be that I'm being, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if I actually enjoy communication and actually am receiving something from it, because I'm so passionate about what I think and what I do, and people will see that they'll confuse that for me being interested in a person in the wrong way. So I don't even want to go there. So I don't know what that was all about. And maybe he has to overheard me saying, that I would never even open my mouth to speak to the pastor, and maybe, that gave offense, which, I'm sure it probably could have, but I didn't mean it in any bad way. But it's just so many misconceptions, and I'm at a point right now where I'm really, really in need, and so I don't want, because I'm in need. I need somebody to talk to. I need, some support and some encouragement. So if you're in a situation where you're requesting, you're saying you need this, and people are saying, oh, go to the whoever pastor, and you speak to the wife first, and I'm just like, misperceptions. If this person happens to be really trying to help me, and he's spending time to do that, it's gonna come off, it's gonna look the wrong way. You know what I mean? So I'm not even putting myself in that situation. The regular body of the church has to love you first. Because people, I don't know, anything that's true, it's like people go against, and it disturbs me a little bit. So that's that. My heart is a little disheartened. It was a lot of good things there, but it seems like sometimes the negativity is so strong that it negates that. Because one negative person can change the thought processes and opinions of others so easily, you know. So I have to learn to stand up for myself and fight for myself, you know. In that situation, you know, excuse me, why are you giving me this piece of paper? I don't need that. I'm speaking to you. Maybe it would help you focus on me and what I'm saying if I come around in front of you so you can see me, you know. So, you know, I need to, you know, I'm so kind and so humble. I need to put that out there sometimes. You know, I need to make it known that, hey, you are being rude and disrespectful. You know, and I'm trying to get something across. The only reason that I am coming to you is because the pastor said your name. You know, so, and the other guy, the deacon guy, I think he was trying to help me because I think he overheard the conversation, and I think when he was asking where am I at, maybe he was trying to help me and saying, well, you know, I'll sample for you, you know what I mean, and you don't have to worry about all of that mess. So, but the bottom line of it is this, you know, being in the situations that I've been in, you know, I understand that church is not all that it's cracked up to be. And the moment that you, that's my kite in the background being blown by the AC. But the moment that you, you know, put your faith or belief or put your love somewhere, it's like you get your heart broken. You know, and that's kind of what happened here. You know, it's just like, you know, I was ready to go because I was annoyed. Somebody, you know, the God and somebody brought me back. And then it's like I'm putting faith that these are good people. Then I get my heart broken. You know, so it's just, you know, I just don't know, you know. I just don't know. And so just like, you know, the last time I went to another church and, you know, she asked me, oh, you must have heard something you liked, and no, that wasn't true at all. It was the opposite, actually. I mean, the man had a lot of contradictions, and it was just, I mean, just wrong. But I told the truth, and I was just like, no, I just really just needed to be around other people. And that was the truth, you know. And, you know, when I spoke that truth, I mean, that's what it was, and that's what I got. I didn't expect anything more, and I didn't walk away disappointed because that's what it was. I wasn't getting any more, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I do need like a lot of spiritual counseling, and that's what I'm saying. People, the system and the government got everything so backwards and got people pretty much thinking out of their ass. Like, when you say counseling, it doesn't mean, you know, go see some stranger whose job it is to, you know, to boost the economy through making you worse than you are, but it's to actually spiritual wellness. Spiritual, mental, social, physical wellness. That's what that is. But the thing about it with, you know, relationships between men and women, you know, as far as the way that they're expected to interact with each other in society, it turns that, you know, where the door could open to really heal somebody, you put a blockage up because of the typical relationships between male and female and what was expected, you know, or what is assumed, or, you know, just things that are wrong that don't have anything to do with why you're speaking to someone and what you're hoping to get out of it. You know? So I mean, it's sad. And also speaking about misconceptions, you know, what saddens me even more is like the thing about being an adult. It's disturbing to me that anything that is for adults only, the reason it's for adults only is because of sexuality, pornography, profane language, you know, all the negative things. That's not what being an adult means. And I wish the system would stop with that, you know, for adults only. You know, that's not what being an adult means. You know, adult is not about, you know, pornography or sexuality or profanity or perverseness or drugs or alcohol. That's why these kids, when they're growing up and when they hit 21, oh, you know, I'm going to go get my first drink and this, that, and the other. I'm going to go have sex in prom. And, you know, it's because, you know, that's, being an adult is the next level that you graduate to in your life. But what you're saying is that these things are prohibited until you're an adult, so that becomes synonymous with being an adult. when you look at movies or something that says adult material, you know, that means it has pornography and violence and all this. But that's not what being an adult is about, you know. Being an adult is being experienced in life and living life consciously. But how many of us, quote unquote, adults can say that? But anyways, I'm done with this time.